Hi there, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Just fine, thanks.
How's your week so far? Just give it one more minute to see if anyone else joins us. But what you need today is a set of weights. These are optional, 1 to 3 pounds. Do you have a mini band as well, Catherine?
I do indeed.
Okay, so we're going to be using this today, and then a ball or pillow as well. So we have three.
I have that as well.
Great.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Hi there. We're just going to get started in a couple minutes. Just going through props today. I'm Joanna, if I haven't met you yet. Light set of weights, 1 to 3 pounds, a mini band, and then a ball or a pillow we'll use for some inner thigh work. We'll just get started on our mat today. We're going to take all our props with us and just place them off to the side. And how's my volume? Can you hear the music? There's just light music in the background.
I can hear.
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay. Just before we start the class, I'll ask everyone to mute and we'll get started. So let's come on to all fours. So wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. And we're just going to start by mobilizing the spine with a few cat and cow flows. So arcing the spine up as you push away from the mat, chin to chest. Good, and then arcing the spine in the other direction. Tilting the gaze up. Good. Pelvis coming up. Arcing the spine. And other direction. So make these movements really slow. Try to feel all the vertebrae moving as you go through this motion. So don't do it, just really connect, be mindful about it. Let's do 2 more, deep breath in. Good, and then coming back to a neutral spine here. So from this position, we're gonna walk the knees back just a little bit. We're in a supported, a modified plank, I should say. And we're gonna take a push up. So our arms are gonna come down, they're gonna graze our side ribs. So elbows to side ribs, we push down, push up, and then we press back into kind of like a child's pose. And then on your way back up, we're gonna arc the spine through that cat position and come back to where we started. So we push down, up, press back, ripple the spine, and reset. Good. So we're engaging the core, the triceps, the shoulders. You want to take this push-up nice and narrow. It's a little different than a traditional push-up where we would have our hands a little wider than our shoulders. And if you'd like to advance this movement, you can tuck the toes and take a full push-up. I'm going to stay right here on my knees. Good, so really feeling the spinal movement that we were just doing in our cat and cow. Nice, 2 more. Last one here. Good, and coming back to that modified plank, we're tucking the toes now. We're gonna pop the knees up. Good, and then tap them down, lift them up. Tap them down and lift. So keep going here. You wanna brace the core. So you wanna make sure this whole seatbelt area of abdominals is really engaged. You wanna pull up the back ribs toward the ceiling. And then keep the wrists under the shoulders. Good, nice straight line in our plank. Also, a little tip here, try not to really lock the elbows. We want to keep a micro bend so you're not hyperextending. Good, we have 3, 2, and 1. Good, coming down, untucking the toes, pressing back. Just taking a couple breaths here, nice and deep. Awesome, and then we're gonna come back to our 4-point position, our quadruped. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And we're gonna start by taking our left leg back. So we're gonna lift up, tap down. Good, we lift and tap. Nice, so think about someone pulling on your back toe. You're feeling length through the whole body from your head all the way to your toe. Good, let's go for 4, 3, 2, hold it up, little pulse up an inch, down an inch. So you're really getting that underside of the glute, keeping the hips square to the mat. Beautiful, let's go for 8. In 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, tap the toe down. We're gonna reach the opposite arm forward. So for me, that's the right arm. I'm gonna pull my elbows down toward my side body. So I'll just show you what my arm movement looks like from here. I'm pulling, I'm activating my lat muscle. I'm tapping my elbow to my ribs, and then I'm reaching back up. So then when you combine the movements, we lift the leg, we pull, and then we reach and tap. Good, pull it in. Reach. And then maybe you want to add a weight. So you have a little bit of extra work for the lat as you pull the arm. Still pulling up back ribs to ceiling. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna reach and hold, getting nice and long for 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it all in. And now we're gonna grab onto our weight if you haven't already, and we'll reach that arm back. So it's coming above our hip line. I'll just turn so you can see me a little bit better. And we're starting a tricep lift. Just like this. So we're lifting above the hip line and lowering. And now I want you to take, if that's feeling good, Take the opposite leg, lift it up. Keep that pulse going. Reaching long through the back toe. Let's go for 8. In 6. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering everything down. We're going to take our hands under the shoulders again, and we're going to take a lateral lift with the same leg we were just working. So it's going to come up, and then we're lowering down. We lift up, lower down. Good. Lift and lower. So we're going to revisit this exercise with our band a little later. Getting all of those abductor muscles activating. All right, let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. We're going to come all the way down into prone position. Make sure you have enough room around you. And we're going to take our band in our hands. So it's coming out right in front of us. We're grabbing onto it like this. And we're reaching nice and long. So we're going to root our toes into the mat. So the tops of the feet are pressing down. We're going to lift the upper body and lower down. Good. Lift and lower. Good. Now this time we lift, we pull the band with the right hand and release. So we're staying lifted now. So feeling those lat muscles working again. Now I want you to think about pulling the knees up from under the mat. So lift them up. Legs may not seem like they're working here, but they are. I want you to really, really use all of the muscles in the legs. Pulling up. Good, nice work. Let's take 2 more each side. Last one, we're gonna hold out long. Lift the upper body maybe a little bit more. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good. Release the band. Place the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. We're gonna lift up to a full plank in 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Energy out through the crown of your head. Palms are firmly planted into the mat. Good. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower down. Press back into your shell stretch. Reach those arms forward. Awesome. Okay, we're going to take that whole series on the other side. So I'll just turn so you can see my working leg a little bit more. Have one of your weights handy. And we're going to bring our wrists under shoulders. Sweep the right leg back. We're going to lift and tap. Good, really squaring those hips off to the mat. Good, how are we doing? Let's do 4, 3, 2, and when we lift up, little pulses up an inch, down an inch. Keep lifting the back ribs up to the ceiling. Try not to arc the spine at all. Good, let's go for 8. In 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap that leg down. We're going to reach the other arm forward, taking our lat pull. So drawing elbow toward the side body and reach it up. So again, you have the option of taking your weight, making it a little more challenging by pulling down as you lift opposite leg. Okay, let's go for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lift everything up, hold. You can drop your weight if you want. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring everything down. So now we're going to take that arm back behind us. It's coming up above the hip line. Palm is facing up. Starting a little tricep lift. If you'd like more of a challenge, sweep the working leg back. Lift it up. So checking in with your body here. Is your hip lifting on your working leg? If it is, I want you to try and round it down. So pretend your hips have headlights on them and they're shining down toward the mat. So just like this. Good, let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it in. We're gonna drop our weight and then we're gonna take that lateral lift. So right leg is working, we're drawing it up and down. Awesome, let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, bringing everything in. We're gonna reach for that band again. And this time we're taking it over the knees. Coming over the feet, up over the knees. Try to make sure you're keeping it nice and flat. It probably will roll up, that's okay. And we're gonna come to our quadruped position again. So we're gonna tuck the toes, lift the knees to a hover, lower down, lift, and tap. So I want you to pretend that your mat is like a hot stove. The minute your knees tap the mat, you're gonna lift them right up again. So you're barely touching it. Okay, let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, stay here, a little breather. We're coming back up to that position. We're gonna add an open with the knees. The knees are gonna open out and close back in. So we have a little extra challenge with the band this time. So let's come up to that starting position. Open and close. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Let's come up to a pike position. Good, and then we're gonna come back down to our starting position. We're gonna open the legs. And then pike back up. This time we come down, we do 2. Good, pike the hips. We're gonna come up to 8. 3. Back up. Let's go for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hike it up. For 6. 2, and 1. Hike. Come down. Let's go for 7. We're almost there. 2, 1. Good. Hike it up. Last set for 8. 8. 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hike it up. Good job. Let's pedal at the feet one at a time. Just taking a little bit of active recovery in this inverted shape. Good. Let's stay for 3, 2, and 1. Both heels come down, and then we'll come all the way back down to our quadruped position. So we have our hands under our shoulders again, and we're coming into that lateral lift that we did before without the band. So we're lifting our left knee up, lowering down. So I want you to lift it only as high as feels comfortable for you. So just listen to your body here. I know our hips are usually pretty tight, especially if we sit for most of the day. This is a really good one for strengthening our abductor muscles, keeping our hips nice and healthy. Good, for 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, other side. So lifting and lowering. I'll just turn around so you can see me on this side. Feeling that added resistance from the band. Good, keep going. Let's do 4 more. Good. 3, 2. Last one, coming down. And then we'll come over onto our hips. Send our feet out in front of us. Make sure you have all your props around or within reach. And then we're gonna come down onto our back, coming into a little bit of shoulder bridge work. So I'm just gonna fix my band because it kind of rolled up on me. Still over my knees, I'm rolling all the way down. Once I'm here, I'm gonna scooch my heels in towards my glutes a little bit more. I'm keeping hip distance between my legs. Arms are coming down by my side. I'm lifting the hips up and then lowering down. Good, I'm lifting up and lowering down. Grab your weights, send them over the shoulders. Keep going with that lift and lower. So now as your hips come up, I want you to send your arms down to a hover, and then back up over the shoulders as you tap the glutes down to the mat. Good, lift and lower. As you lift the hips up, exhale, inhale on your way down. Good. How high can you lift your hips up? Sometimes as our muscles get tired, we stop working to our full potential. So I just want you to be mindful of that. Really lifting as much as you can. Let's go for 4. Good, 3, 2. Last one. Okay, now we're gonna draw the feet all the way together. Legs are coming together as well, so you don't have a space anymore. You're gonna pretend they're glued together. We're taking our hands down by our side in an A-frame. We're lifting the hips up just like we did in our bridge, but now we're rolling over onto the sides of our feet as we open into a diamond. And then we're closing back. So closing our legs like a book. Good, we open and close. So just as much as you're feeling this as you open the legs, I want you to feel this on the way in, those inner thigh muscles working too. Maybe if you want a little extra, take those arms up with or without weights. Good, let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rolling all the way down. We're gonna take our knees into the chest, take our band up, just around the ankles, and we're gonna take our feet and our legs right out of our hip line. Arms are coming down to the side. We're opening up and closing. So feeling that resistance of the band on our abductor muscles. Let's start a pulse out for 3, 2, 1, draw it in. 3, 2, 1, bring it in. Okay, let's go for 4. Nice, 3, 2. Awesome, last one here. Then draw the knees in. Rock and roll to seated. And we'll take that band around our feet. So the top of your band is right over the arch. The bottom of the band is under the bottom of the foot. And we'll come back down. Hands are coming behind the head. And we're coming into a crisscross, which is, or a bicycle, I guess, more or less. We're using the band, we're pushing out, we're tucking, we're crossing opposite elbow to knee, and then we're switching. Keeping the tips of the shoulders off the mat. Nice wide elbows as we work the obliques. Okay, can you lift the shoulder tips any higher from the mat as you twist? Let's do 8, 7. We've got this. Good. 4. Halfway there. 2. Last one. Good. Hugging knees into the chest. And we'll rock and roll to seated again. Nice work. That was a tough one. So we're going to grab our squish ball now, and it's going to come between our shoulder blades. We're going to come back on it. And here, just make sure you have enough room around your mat because we are going to be using the arms quite a bit. So we're coming all the way down. You want to make sure the upper back is supported so that when you take your head back, you're actually opening the chest as you arc over the ball. And we're going to come up for a little crunch, arc over the ball, open the chest, and lift up and press back. So here we're working the upper abdominal muscles. We're going to add in here, so extending right leg long. We're going to crunch knee to nose and extend. Good, in and out. Nice long leg, pointed toe. Remember to keep the elbows wide. Good, 4, 3, into. Last one, we're gonna switch legs here. So left leg extends long. We bring knee to nose and out. Good, in and out. Oh, I am feeling this one. I haven't done this exercise in a while, so I'm definitely waking up my muscle memory here. Let's go for 4, 3, good, 2, and 1. Good, tucking both knees in. We're keeping the hands where they are. We're gonna lift up a little more as we circle the arms. Palms are facing up. We bring them by our hips, and then we circle them back behind our head. We arc over the ball. Good, we lift up, circle, use the arms for momentum. Maybe if you're feeling more advanced, you want to come up off the ball completely, and then come all the way back down as you circle and arc. Good, coming up and back. Good, reaching up and back. Okay, let's go for 4 more. 3. Beautiful, 2. And 1. We're gonna take the hands, clasp them together, reach up between the legs. We're gonna pulse up and down. You really should be feeling this. Get to lift up completely off the ball and press back into the ball. Good, 4 more. 3, 2, and 1, lifting all the way back up. Let's take that ball off to the side. And we'll come up onto our knees. Actually, before we do that, let's go into a little bit of tall kneeling arm work. So we're coming all the way up like this. If you need extra support for your knees, you can fold your mat over, grab a pillow, do whatever feels best. I will demo from the side. So we're hinging forward from the hips as we come back to a hover. And then as we come up, we're reaching the arms forward. So we're coming back, lifting those arms above the hip line, kind of like what we did before. We're sweeping back, kind of like we're swan diving forward. Hinging from those hips. Make sure those arms are coming out right from the shoulder line. Awesome. Okay, let's go for 4, 3, and 2, and 1. We're gonna hold back, little pulses up, right above the hip line, hinging forward from the hips. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna open to an A-frame and close. So this is what your arms are doing. So we keep that hinge open and close. Keep the height right above the hip line. Good. Looking awesome. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way up, dropping your weights. And we're going to come down into prone position again with our ball. So our ball is coming under our hands. We're pressing the tops of the feet into the mat like we did before. And we're going into a little bit of back core work. So hands are flat on the ball, our head is lifted. We're looking straight down. I want you to peel the chest off the mat as you roll the ball in toward you. And then send it out. Keeping nice straight arms. Now, if you don't have a ball at home, you can bend your arms like this. Lift the elbows up and back down. Lift and down. Good, so roll it in and release. Draw the shoulders down. Good, 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. We're gonna pulse in, so leaving the chest lifted, shoulders down. Little pulses, straight arms. Good, we have 8. In 6, you've got this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Completely release down. Good, bring that ball off to the side. We're folding our arms. So one hand is on top of the other one. So just get into that position while I adjust my screen down a little bit more. Perfect. So we're leaving our head right where it is. We're lifting the leg now. So I want you to lift right leg from under the thigh. So lift it up, anchor the hips into the mat, and down. Left leg lifts, and down. So we're just alternating here, right and left. Doesn't have to be high. What I want you to focus on is that lift from under the thigh. We're gonna lift the right leg. Bend the knee, flex the foot, start a little pulse up. Heel is kicking up toward the ceiling. Okay, let's go for 8. In 6. Nice. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Send that leg long. And then we'll bend the left leg, flex the foot, lift it up. Starting a little pulse. So hips are still anchored here. We're tapping the heel to the ceiling. Beautiful. And let's go for 8. Nice. In 6. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down and extending long. We're going to take the hands under the shoulders. Couple options. If you want to take a little breather, you can press back to your shell stretch and just take a few deep breaths here, or you can join me by pressing up to a full plank. Distributing the weight evenly through the palms, through the hands, nice wide fingers. Good, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the knees down and tucking the toes. Press back so everyone's in shell stretch now. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna come into some side lying work next. So grab your weights, have them handy. And we're gonna start by, what are we gonna do? Let's come up onto our forearm like this. So elbows under the shoulder, legs are together, heels are in line with the glute. And I want you to focus on lifting the body up and away. So you can't see with my baggy shirt, but I'm not leaning into my shoulder like this. I'm really using those muscles under my armpit. I'm lifting up. If you need a little bit of tactile feedback, you can grab your ball, place it under your side body like this. Otherwise, we're taking our upper hand to our hip and we're lifting the leg, lowering down. So lifting to about hip height. Good. And this whole thing will heat up in no time, so don't you worry. Okay, so keeping knee over knee the whole time. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lifting up. We're going to take that leg back, so kicking it behind us, and then bring knee over knee. So we don't want to kick it so far back that our hips are moving too. We want to keep our hips nice and still. They're stacked. We're just moving the leg back and knee over knee. Check in with your upper body. Are you sinking or are you lifting up and away? Are you engaging the core? Nice work. Awesome. Let's go for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to grab, I'm just going to move up a little bit so I don't hit my fireplace. But we're going to kick the leg back. We're gonna twist the upper body down and we're gonna reach forward. So with or without your weight. So we're making a nice diagonal line. And then we're coming up, elbows bending into the hip, and we're bringing that leg back to our starting position. So we're kicking back, stretching the leg as we twist down. Little spinal rotation, and then bringing it all back in. Good, reach and twist. Bring it in. So it's kind of like you're throwing the ball and then bringing it all in. Let's go for 3. Nice. 2. And 1. We're going to reach and hold on this next one. Little pulses up for 8, 6, arm and leg, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bringing everything in, and then we're gonna come all the way down onto our arm. We're gonna bring our knees in a little bit closer. So if I was looking at you from above, you'd be making a 90-degree angle with the legs. So knees are in line with the hips, shins are out in line with your mat. And we're gonna grab onto our weight with our upper hand. We're gonna lift the core up and away from the mat so there's a tiny little space underneath you. And we're gonna take that arm forward, out of the shoulder line, and up. Good. Bring it forward and up. So it's like you're tracing a line up and down. Good. We're going to hold out here. We're going to bend the elbow in and then punch it out. Good. Bring the elbow in and punch it out. So your elbow's connecting to your side body. We're going to be adding on. Let's do 1 more of these. Good. Gluing the elbow to the side body. We open up, little rotator cuff work. We come back down and we reach. Good. Bring it in, open, down, and reach. Good. 4 more. These are really good if you play tennis. I know a lot of you do. Good. 3. And 2. And 1. Okay, let's bring that arm over the shoulder again. We're gonna lift the leg up. We're gonna draw the knee in really close to our body. So as tight as you can go. And then we're gonna extend the leg. Let's flex the foot here actually. So we're bringing the leg out in line with our hip. Nice long line. We're gonna point the foot, sorry. Bend the knee, bring it back in. Good, flex, push away. Point, bring it in. Good, flex and push. So we're pushing through the meaty center of the heel. Keeping our hips stacked. So if you feel like they're rolling back, make the movement smaller. Nice, for 3. And 2. And 1. We're gonna leave the leg out, flex the foot. Little lift up and down, up and down. So we're lifting about 6 inches higher than hip height. Awesome. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Drawing everything in. If you need to tap it out, take a moment to do that. And then we'll just lift ourselves up. We'll swivel over to the other side. Make sure that your props are out of the way. And we'll start by coming up on our forearm on the left side. So legs are stacked, heels are in line with our glute. And just remember, if you need that tactile feedback from the ball or a pillow, you can add it. Otherwise, we're lifted up and away. Let's start with that leg lift, up and down. So lifting to about hip height. Beautiful. And you can be on the hip or fingertips light in front of you. Whatever feels good. Nice, let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna lift to hip height. We're gonna kick the leg back. We have to shift a little bit here. So kick it back. And knee over knee. Good, kick. And knee over knee. Are you still lifted up and away from the floor, from the mat? 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good, reach for your ball. This time, we're gonna send the leg back, so stretching it all the way. And then we're gonna reach our arm forward as we twist down. And then bring everything up, elbow draws into the hip. Good, we kick back and reach. So we're making a diagonal line from our right hand to our right toe. Bring it in. Good, reach long. And draw it in. Thanks, let's go for 4. 3. You've got 2. And 1. We're gonna hold out little pulses. Arm and leg for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drawing everything back in. Good, release your weight. And we'll come down onto the mat. So left arm is extended. We're drawing the knees in closer to the midline, so making 90 degrees. And then we're just starting with a little bit of arm work. So we're dropping our arm down, right out of the shoulder line, sweeping it back up over the shoulder. Good, down and up. So remember, you're lifting up and away so you have enough space that you can slide your fingertips under you. That is a sign that your core is really engaged, it's working. Good, so on the next one, we're gonna bend the elbow in and extend. Bend the elbow in to the side body and reach long. Good, so we're keeping our shoulders stacked here. Trying not to round forward. We're gonna open on this next one. Sending it down, reach forward. Little rotator cuff action. And if the weight's not feeling good, you can drop this and do this whole thing without. Good for 3. And 2. Last one, draw it in, and then take the arm up over the shoulder. Good, we're gonna lift the leg, draw the knee in, point the toe, and then as you kick back, or as you extend the leg, we're pressing through our heel. Good, we're gonna point the toe, bring the knee in nice and close, and send it out. Good, draw it in, push it out. And then just take a second, look back at your leg, make sure your heel's in line with your glute. You don't want it to be back or forward. So just check in. Good, we've got 3. Finding length through the side body for 2. Nice, last one. We're reaching long, and we're gonna lift up and lower. So lifting 6 inches higher than your hip line. Good, you've got 4 more. 3, stay with me for 2. Then we're going into those little pulses. Lifting up for 8, 6, almost there, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring everything in, drop your weight. We have reached the end, so roll over onto your back. We're just gonna take a few stretches here. So starting with our legs about mat width, arms down by the side, we'll just windshield wiper the legs, right to left, opening our hip. Good, and then switching. I want you to take this little stretch on your own time. So whatever's feeling good for you, whatever your body needs right now. Okay, taking 1 more each direction. And bringing the feet back on the mat. We're gonna lift the right leg up, cross it over the left, opening the knee to the side, and then threading the needle, drawing everything close to your chest. So we will feel this in the glute. We're getting a nice glute stretch, but we're also opening the hip, keeping it nice and mobile after all of that work we did today, especially that side lying series we did. I'm gonna feel that one tomorrow, and then that ab exercise we did too for the upper abdominals, I will be hurting. Okay, let's release here, taking the foot to the mat. All we're gonna do is drop the right leg over, so our foot is coming to the mat. We're keeping everything nice and open. Knee is staying up to the ceiling, and then we're just feeling that stretch a little bit more through our right side. Your arms can just float down by the side here. Awesome. And then coming back up, uncrossing the leg, sending left leg over, opening the knee, and then threading the needle. Drawing everything close. On your next exhale, you can hug everything in a little bit more. And then release. Flex the left foot. Drop it down to the mat. Open the left hip up. And then press the left knee back. Let those arms just float down by your side. taking both feet down, and then taking the bottoms of the feet together, opening up, maybe taking your hands to your heart. Just letting your breath deepen. Letting yourself relax into the mat. And just really thanking yourself for making the time for you tonight, for coming to Pilates, for moving your body. And slowly begin to close your legs like a book. Sweep those arms over the shoulders. And then tuck the chin to the chest as we roll up to seated. Good, and then whenever you've reached a seated position, you can cross the ankles and make your way to stand. And once we're here, we'll uncross our legs, taking our feet under hips and shoulders, and we'll finish with one nice big breath. So bending from the knees, sweeping the arms up overhead. Biggest breath you've had all day. And then exhale, letting everything go. And you are all done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel better. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And I will see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. See you later.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too. Bye.